Mr. Drew of Mr. Drew and His Animals 2 is in Lewiston, Auburn, where he takes in exotic animals that other people can't care for. He also travels all over the state educating kids about these creatures. He's back with us in the 207 studio. Always a pleasure. Let's get right to it. What do you got for us here?
All right, so today I have Ollie with us, and he is a Burmese mountain tortoise from the country of Myanmar, and he's a critically endangered species in the wild. This one here is probably captive bred just because of his temperament. He's not nervous around people, and actually he's a big beggar. These guys here, unlike other tortoises, have very rough padded feet meant for climbing different terrains. And he's very well protected. Now, they're endangered in the wild for various reasons. Habitat loss is the biggest thing. So their habitat is disappearing. So captive breeding programs are wonderful. They also call these the six-legged tortoise, because if we turn him around, and he won't put his legs in for us, maybe he will, but right here, there are some spikes. So when he pulls it in, it looks like he's got toenails here, and so it looks like he actually has 6 legs rather than 4. And they call him the six-legged tortoise, though they only have 4 feet. So they're a pretty amazing animal.
What does he eat?
He's an herbivore, but this guy is also, unlike most tortoises strictly eat plants. These guys have been known to eat like roadkill or dead things, so they'll scavenge if they have to. He eats a pretty good life, so we don't have to worry about roadkill for him.
All right, why don't we move on to the second feature attraction here?
Yes.
Right here.
I'm intrigued because what this looks like to us, and you've had it out now for about 5-10 minutes, it looks like a box of sand, but I know that there's more.
Yes, it is. There is a box of sand here. Here, you hold that for me, buddy. All right, and so we're going to just dig them out. This is what we call a Kenyan Sand Boa. And Kenyan Sand Boas, this is full grown. So a lot of people hear the word boa constrictor and they automatically assume it's an incredibly large snake, but it's not. This one's getting ready to shed. We can see some of his skin coming up here. So he's getting ready to shed and his colors will be much more vibrant. And these guys are captive bred now in large numbers. We're not taking them from the wild. So the Kenyan Sand Boa, full grown to this size, has a little shoveling nose, and we're going to show you what he does. When we put him right here in the sand, let's see. Watch him not do it. Oh, there we go.
There he goes.
And so these guys here, this is what they do. They just kind of hide under the sand, and they move through the sand much like fish would through the water. And he'll sit there hiding with just his nose sticking out when he gets hungry. And so these guys are quite an amazing snake, but probably one of the most boring pets you can possibly own because you never see them. This is their life. They hide, and he'll slowly work his way in. Now, he's got these nubs on his tail. That's kind of a protection in case his tail doesn't make it all the way over. It's almost like a little bit of armor there, but the rest of his body is quite smooth.
It almost looks like a big worm.
Yeah, and you can see how he's moving through the sand and stuff. And he might poke his head out, just his nose or something like that. He didn't earlier. This is not his cage. We just brought this for the purpose of showing. He has a lot of sand in his cage, but size-wise, it's small.
Is that where they would live, though, like under?
Yep, they would just burrow right through the sand.
And what do they eat down there?
They feed on rodents. And so, unsuspecting mouse might walk by or some kind of rodent, and they would just come up and grab them and pull them right into the sand. It's almost like something out of a horror movie type of thing.
Yeah.
And there he goes. So that's it. And so people get these, again, thinking, oh, it's so cool, I got a boa. And then they like, this is boring. I mean, they just disappear. They very rarely come out.
Really
right on
cool.
cue.
Yeah.
It's just about
See you later.
disappeared. And it's kind of like watching the sun go down. There it is. It's gone. All right, so you got one more for us, Drew.
Yeah, we got one more for
We
you.
have saved the best for last.
And his name is Oswald, and we'll just take him right
so friendly
here.
Oswald.
Yes, he is. Oswald is a Savannah Monitor, and the Savannah Monitor comes from Africa, and they're related to the Komodo dragon, so he's a smaller cousin of the Komodo. Now, a lot of times the big box stores will sell these guys, and don't understand that this is actually a venomous lizard. Yeah, it's venomous, but its venom is very mild. I mean, it's not going to be deadly in any way, shape, or form, but they can be aggressive. So I always encourage people when you're getting anything, just because a store sells it, doesn't mean you should just go out and buy it. You should learn about it first or reach out to me and help. Now, he's got that long tongue, and that tongue is for smelling. You gonna show your tongue there, bud? There it is, thanks. So he's got that long tongue for smelling. And what he does is it's like a snake's tongue. It comes out and it can tell him what direction his food is in. So imagine if you could smell with one nostril or another and go, I smell food over there. That's what his tongue is doing. Now, if you feel his skin, he's incredibly thick hide. And
Oh.
he's very, very thick. It's like leather.
Oswald.
And this guy here, even scorpions can't penetrate. Now in the wild, that's what they'd be eating, is scorpions, large insects, things like that. And this is one of the most, well, not most, but a lot of people improperly feed these guys. And they feed them things that cause a lot of obesity. And that's what this guy right now has.
This guy's overweight?
No
He's
judgment,
overweight.
Oswald.
Yeah, not judging. Believe me, I'm not judging. But he is overweight, and this leads to fatty liver disease and heart conditions like it does in humans.
Wow.
Absolutely fascinating. All three of these kind of drive home the point that you always make when you're with us, is that if you're even thinking about bringing one of these into your home, you've really got to educate yourself, find out what you're in for, and find out what's best for the animal.
Yes, exactly. I mean, people often buy on impulse, and the impulse is what causes the problems. And people come to my center and go, wow, you have over 200 animals. This is amazing. And I have to say, stop and think. That's 200 animals that had homes prior to me. And that's not including what we relocate out of state. So that's a lot of animals because of impulse.
He looks so comfortable. with you.
Oh yeah, I'm like his emotional support human. I am. I can just sit here with him, and he'll just sit here.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Mr. Drew and his animals too. We've got more information on him and his operation. You'll find that in the 207 section of our website. We'll be back after this.